sort of places that really excite me. When you walk in, you see people happy, eating, enjoying, very basic, no frills. You know it's all about the food. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೂಪರ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ದು ಮಸಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರುಚಿ ಅದು I can still smell the aroma of the curries on my fingers. So all in all, a great day. We did about 4 shoots and I think I tasted close to 23, 24 or perhaps 25 dishes. Hi folks, welcome after a long absence to the Kripal Amanna vlogs channel. I'm mindful of the fact that I haven't posted something here in a while, for a very long time actually. I've been traveling, have been busy with a few things and therefore unfortunately haven't posted much here. So very shortly you will see on this channel our Vietnam vlog series. We've got a bunch of content there and there's at least going to be 7-8 odd vlogs on Vietnam, so I think you should enjoy that. And today's going to be a busy day because we're out on a shoot and we're traveling to Chitradurga. So roughly about 400 kilometers I think to and fro. And we've got a day packed with shoots. I've got about 4 shoots that I've planned already. And so I thought it would be interesting to, capture this day and present to you in the form of a day in the life sort of a vlog series. This is one of my favorite parts about Bengaluru, driving through Kaban Park, especially in the morning. Lovely to see the greenery and the sunlight stream through the trees. We all have our gripes about various aspects of the city, be it traffic, pollution, crowds, etc. But where will you find a space like this in the heart of the city? It's about 8 in the morning and we are on our way to our first shoot on the outskirts of Bengaluru in a place called Yeshwantpur. So I'm also not going to reveal too much about the place that we're shooting because I want you to watch that on Food Lovers TV. So the idea behind the vlog today is to give you a sense of what a day is like when we are traveling for about 7-8 hours, shooting at 4 or 5 locations over 4 or 5 hours, just to give you a flavor. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. Well, we just reached our first location and I'm sitting here for breakfast. So I'm not going to tell you where we are, etc., because that is something that I want you to look at when we finally release the episode on Food Lovers TV. But we are here in a breakfast place, not a breakfast place, an eatery that's in an industrial suburb of Bengaluru. So we just finished our sequence, talking to the people, taking a look at the kitchen, etc. And now I'm just waiting for breakfast to be served. Ili shoot aagte hain. Yeah. So and then we will proceed from here. So I'm looking forward to a good South Indian breakfast here. So that's Nitin. Nitin's been shooting with me for a very long time. So that's our setup that we are shooting with. So we're shooting on a GH5 and a light. We've got a backup mic here, and then of course we also have one of the mic that I'm connected to. In the midst of my filming, I've just finished some idli, most of the vade there. Tasted a very interesting mixture here. It's a mixture that has 7 ingredients in that. I'm not going to give the name away because if I give the name away now, then you will know the place that I'm talking about. And some puri here, which is with this very nice chana masala, but it's in a white sort of a korma gravy. And then I'm also hoping to taste some of that Mysore pak, the gajar halwa and that kesari baat. So all in all, there's plenty of tasting that's happening here. I've never come across this combination. Let me know if you have. It's the jamun with some bananas and ice cream. I was flummoxed when I heard about it first, but I'm told it's a very popular dish here. Always important to seek divine intervention. Also, when I'm hanging out at a place after I finish my shoot and the team is eating, there's also a time for me to connect to customers and chat up with people and see what's on their mind. It's always nice. It's amazing the amount of insights that we get from customers. Like many times people ask me, they say, how do you know these places? And the only reason why I know these places is because of the people that I meet who tell me about their favorite places, and that's all that I go by. That's really the basis of my research. Where people are eating, what are they eating, what do they like about a place, and things like that. Well, we're on the road again. Finished our first shoot. I was hoping to leave there by around 10:30, but it's about 11:45 now, which means our next few shoots are going to be, delayed. But that's typically the way it sometimes goes. So our next shoot is about roughly 56 kilometers from where we are. So we're on our way to Chitradurga, as I mentioned earlier. It's also getting warmer. Morning was quite nippy, and therefore I had my jacket on, but now it's quite warm even in the car. It's about 12:45 and we've arrived in Tumkur for our second shoot for the day. So this is going to be a quick sort of a stop because I'm just tasting one or two dishes. One of the things that I have to be very careful of when I'm on the road is also about pacing dishes and tasting just enough so that I get a sense of the dish but not overeating, because I feel that when you're tasting and when you're reviewing or when you're talking about a dish, there has to be a bit of hunger. There has to be hunger for you to appreciate it. If you're sated, you don't really appreciate it as much. So that's always a bit of a challenge, especially on days like these where I know I'm going to be going to what, 3, 4 or 5 places. I think all in all by the end of today I would have tasted I think I tasted about 6-7 dishes in the morning for breakfast, and now probably a couple more. Or maybe all in all by the end of the day I would have tasted about 15 or 20 dishes, I'm not sure, but we'll keep track as we go along. That's a very interesting vegetable preparation which is made of the hyacinth bean. So those are the dishes that I'm going to be tasting out here. Again, I'm not going to reveal where I am because for that you need to watch the episode. Well, that was a quick pit stop. We were there for precisely 1 hour. Tasted only 2 or 3 things. Tasted an idli, tasted a vade, tasted a dosa. Actually 4 things. Also tasted a chitradurga, but very little of it. So the place that I was in, it's about 36 years old. Perhaps was part of a very different landscape back then. But it's nice that even today people know about it and throng the place. We of course came here to savor an idli during lunchtime, so it wasn't crowded at all. But in the morning I'm told there are quite a few customers who make the detour into Tumkur town to taste this. I guess I've given up too much on this place that I was at. Let me see if you guess it, and if you do mention in the comment below. But as for now, we're on our way to Chitradurga for lunch. The one landmark that you see whenever you approach Chitradurga is the windmills that you see in the distance on the hills. And that tells you that you're in Chitradurga. Stop to do a quick shirt change. Otherwise, I would be doing about 4 episodes in the same shirt altogether. So sometimes I carry an extra shirt just so at least it doesn't seem, my clothes don't seem repetitive in the episode. Not that I mind. To be honest, I don't really care too much about what I'm wearing. Of course I care about what I'm wearing, but I wouldn't have really minded if I was carrying the same shirt in 4 episodes. But then I'm told it isn't the best thing to do, and so I carry a shirt change, and that's what I've done. So we're going to now get into Chitradurga, and this place that we're going is somewhere on the outskirts, and that's where we're going to have lunch. It's already about 3:15, so I'm hungry. I'm sure even the boys must be hungry. So let's get to lunch at Chitradurga. This is going to be a mutton uta, if all goes to plan. Let's go. You ready, Nathan? Yes, sir. The place that I'm in is absolutely a find. It's just off the highway, but it's probably one of those places that only people in the know. That is those who live around here. And just did my kitchen tour, just spoke with the owners. Also found out about a very interesting moniker that this place is known by. And these are the sort of places that really excite me. When you walk in, you see people happy, eating, enjoying, very basic, no frills. You know it's all about the food. And then you speak to the people, you take a look in the kitchen, see what's happening. You find that it's an extension of someone's home. That excites you even further. And that's really the state of mind that I'm in, even as I look forward to tasting and shooting some of the dishes out here. This is definitely going to be an interesting episode. I've not tasted the food yet, but you walk into a place and you get a sense of what it's going to be like. And this is one of those places. Two of the dishes that I'm going to be tasting today. That's kaima fry and that is egg boti. So you know the sort of meal this is going to be. There's also about 3 or 4 more dishes that I'm expecting to arrive at the table shortly. But I can't wait to have a go at this. That's my plate. You know I've had a happy meal. This is one of those places where I enjoyed every dish that I tasted. I was finding it so hard to pick a winner amongst them all. Of course, and I will pick winners as I think about these dishes that I tasted, but first impressions, definitely a terrific meal.
ನಾವು ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ.
ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ
2 hours ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ನಂದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅರವಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಇವರಿಬ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೊಂದು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಒಬ್ರೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ.
ಅವ್ರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರದೇ ರೆಸಿಪೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಬಹಳ. ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ, ಓಕೆ ಇದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಇದು ಆ ಥರ, ಅದು ಹೇಳಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೂಪರ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಮಸಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರುಚಿ ಅದು. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ದಿ ಅರೋಮಾ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕರೀಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮೈ ಫಿಂಗರ್ಸ್.
ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇದೇ ಮಾತು ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ನಿಸರ್ಗ ಮತ್ತು ಮನೆಗೆ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿ ತಿಂತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಮನೆಯವರು, ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಊಟ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೈ ತೊಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಸೋಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯವರು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಸೋಪ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೈ ತೊಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಫ್ಲೇವರ್ನ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಹೊತ್ತು ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ.
Correct. Absolutely. And that's really the sort of preparations that I've tasted here. Wonderful. You have to look out for this particular episode. Ali nodi sir, camera nodi, lens nodi. Your son is quite tall. Just finished our meal here, and what was also nice was to catch up with the family. As the boys were eating their lunch, the family invited me home. One part of this structure is their home, chatting about life, running a eatery. The grandson sang a song for me. So these are those interesting things that happen when you're on the road, visiting eateries, meeting people. It's always nice, always. So there's so much that happens beyond the food that I taste and all that you see on the show. And that's what makes this interesting for me. That's what keeps it exciting always. So my next shoot is right here in Chitradurga town. So there's not too much of a gap, unfortunately, between my lunch and this shoot. And therefore also the need for me to pace the number of dishes that I taste. I was just doing the math. I think I've already tasted about 21 dishes thus far. And maybe taste about 2, 3, 4 dishes more before I call it a day.
ಅದು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ದೋಸೆ. ಇದು ನಾನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ದೋಸೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಹಳಬ್ರು, 40 ವರ್ಷ.
ಅದೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. One of the shoots where I've taken a break for no reason other than the fact that I want to taste a gulab jamun. But that gulab jamun was just made when I was just soaked in the sugar syrup when we entered, and that takes at least about an hour of soaking. So I've tasted what I had to, and I have decided to take a break. So the boys are enjoying their tiffin, and once we finish that, we will revisit that gulab jamun and check if it soaked that sugar syrup or not. Until then, I'm enjoying a spot of coffee. Good coffee. Yeah, sure. What are your names? You're in my vlog.
I
Sindhu, what is your name? Ananya. So we've been having conversations with Sindhu and Ananya about the Khali dosa here.
Yes.
And how you've been tasting it for how long?
I've been tasting it from past 35 years.
35 years.
Yes.
So she has memories of visiting this place with her father.
Yes.
And you have memories of visiting this place from the time you were 5.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In places like this, you also end up having enjoyable conversations with other fellow diners. You're on my vlog. It's okay?
Yes, that's completely
So you're from Germany.
And she's from London. She
Hi.
watches your show.
Do you?
Yes.
All right,
We have
fantastic.
been your followers from almost 2-3 years.
Wonderful.
And we like your Amritsar video very much.
So you like the Amritsar as well?
Yeah, with your wife and the video, we like it very much.
All right, fantastic.
We really love it.
Thank you very much. Well, food lovers meeting at an interesting eatery in Chitradurga. This is going on my second channel, so I'm not revealing where I'm eating. I want people to watch the show on the first channel. Fantastic. Yeah, lovely. Happy eating. Thank you. And of course, I also met some friends from Hyderabad today. Food lovers from Hyderabad.
And he made us eat gulab jamun and taste coffee.
Was it enjoyable?
Yes, yes. Coffee was too good.
But when you go tomorrow to Udupi and Kota, you will enjoy that as well. Happy eating. Well, just finished our last shoot here at Chitradurga, and it's about 10 to 8 now, and we have about 206 kilometers to get back to Bengaluru. It's going to take us about 3 hours 43 minutes. So all in all, a great day. We did about 4 shoots, and I think I tasted close to 23, 24 or perhaps 25 dishes. Before lunch, I had counted about 16, and then since then we've tasted a bit more. So it's been a good day shooting. We've got 4 episodes of Gourmet on the road. We've also, of course, enjoyed some great food along the way, and we've also met some very interesting people through the day. And that's what a typical day is like when we are shooting a marathon session of Gourmet on the road. It's a lot of work, of course, a lot of effort that goes in from the team, from me. When you're tasting 24, 25 dishes in a day, it's not as easy as it perhaps looks, because you got to keep your palate sharp. You've got to be able to understand what the dish is all about and then explain that on camera. But we enjoy what we do, and I guess that's what keeps us going. Some very special places that we went to. Of course, I've not given away the names, but for those of you who are well versed with this area may already have a clue of some of the places that I visited. And in fact, the last place that I visited, I was talking to the owner there. This is a place that's been around for the last 68, 70 years. And towards the end, as we got comfortable talking, he mentioned that, he's a second generation, but he doesn't have the third generation who's interested in carrying forward his business. So if things don't work out, they will close down in the next couple of years or so, because he says every day is a struggle in terms of finding the right people to work with us, the right labor, and there's so many other challenges that they have. And then if you don't have the next generation that's taking forward that legacy, well, he doesn't see any point in continuing for too much long. And I think that's a sad thing, because these are places that are representative of our culinary traditions, of our history, of our legacy. And if you lose these places, you are losing, in essence, a part of where you come from. And that to me is always sad. And which is also a reason why I try my best to support these places that go back. Because I think it's always important to look to where you come from, and food is a big part of what we are all about. So anyways, on that poignant note, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, for whatever reason, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the Kripal Amanna vlogs channel, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.